Well, it's a little late to be coming outside the garage, but you know how it is. You kind of get distracted. I started off, ran some errands today, then came home, got something to eat, and I sat down on the couch, turned on the TV, watched some Bearing Straight Gold, whatever it's called, and then I watched 2 episodes of Moonshiners, and then it's like, holy fuck, then I decided I was going to start charging the batteries in my drone because I want to head out to the mountains, but I did come outside the garage. Fuck. And we're going to get set up and start taking this fucking pump apart, which I should started a few hours ago, but better late than never. So we're going to start the rebuild process of this Honda 3-inch dewatering pump. The first thing we're going to do in rebuilding it is take the pump off, and we're going to have to do some tests on the motor before we go forward. And then once we get everything stripped off, we're going to start sanding that frame down, painting it, cleaning it up, try to make this thing look like brand new. But here's a look of it, how it looked like when I got it. There's no spark plug inside, so we're going to have a look inside, see if there's any damage in there. No air filter, so who knows what kind of shit could have got plugged up in there. But this is the first step. Yeah, so far so good. Just got this pump torn apart. Doesn't seem to be too much wear. Mechanical seal's got a few cracks in it. There doesn't seem to be any evidence of the mechanical seal leaking past. A little bit of corrosion on the shaft. We'll just polish that up. Now we're going to put that new recoil on and maybe just pour some gas in the head and see if this thing will even fire, and that'll give us a good starting point where we're going to go with this engine. Well, it's a good thing I'm kind of a hoarder because I don't have any of the bolts for the recoil. But that Sea-Doo engine a few years ago I rebuilt, I kept every nut and bolt, and I found some that fit in the holes. We just got to chop them off a little bit. Otherwise, when you stick them in, they catch on the cooling fins on the fan here. So we're just going to chop those off, put the recoil on, and then we're going to crank this over a few times and see what the fuck is going to happen. Fuck, need to air out all this exhaust smoke before I asphyxiate myself. You can just see it just being sucked out now. There's a fuel filter in the tank. I don't know if you can see, but there's a lot of, looks like metal particulate filings in there. We'll have to clean the tank out too while we're at it. Well, I think I'm going to call it a day. I'm pretty happy with that. I got the pump off, plus I put some gas in it, fired it up. We know that engine runs now. That's a good sign. Got a little bit of carburetor issues though, but nothing I'm not too worried about. We're going to get this thing fixed up. We're going to do a lot more than what we did on the other engine. Was going to head out to the mountains today, but changed my mind. It's just another gross, cloudy day. Well, back in the garage, just letting the furnace heat up, but I think my parts are going to be in tomorrow. But I'm going to remove that carburetor and we're going to inspect it. But I'm going to put the other carburetor on from the other engine. Then we're going to take it outside. Well, first we're going to get started up inside, and if we get it to run without being choked, we're going to sit it outside, let it run for a while, burn up some gas, because I don't know when last time this thing was running. So let's get started on that. But this one here, it's pretty much the same as the other engine as far as taking it apart. We're going to remove a bolt there, remove a bolt there, pull everything off. Shouldn't be too hard to figure out. Well, it looks like we're going to have to pull it off the frame. Motherfuckers. Well, I just had that little carburetor torn apart, put back together. There doesn't seem to be nothing plugged up in it. Still troubleshooting on this engine. Should have a whole shitload of parts coming tomorrow. I may have to do a basic rebuild on it. Maybe new piston and rings. Maybe valves. I'm not too sure yet. I think we might have some overlying issues, but that's going to be discussed on videos on my other channel once it gets to that part. I'm going to go inside for the night now. I think I've done enough fucking around in the garage. Well, I've been waiting all day for this package to come in, and it finally came in. So let's have a look at it. Some parts I've been waiting for on that project I've been outside working on in the garage. Well, there's always something else I could be doing in the garage, but I just don't feel like it's so close to Christmas that I'm kind of in holiday mode right now. This kit has lots of shit in it. It has a new carburetor. I'll try to get the focus. It has the adjustment screw, so that's going to come in handy. It's got a Wising spark plug. It's high performance, boys. High performance. It's going to give me insane horsepower in that engine. Air filter, new coil, new recoil, which I needed a gasket set with a head gasket. What is that? It is the new on-off switch, fuel filter, and fuel strainer. There is a fuel filter in there somewhere. Buried underneath. There it is. It's right there. And then go with this piece too, surprisingly. Don't really need it. But I also got this LED headlight in the mail. I'm going to use this on another project on my other channel. It's a cheap one, so not only am I going to do a video on how poorly these lights are created, I'm also going to see if I could desolder the LEDs and put some different ones in that will allow me to change color. Something else I'm going to look into. But I think it's motherfucking beer time. Alright, it's motherfucking beer time. I like the pinup girl on this one. Oh yeah. Do you guys ever get these catalogs in the mail like Summit? Man, there's a lot of good stuff in these catalogs. Unfortunately, the price of some of these things is a little too rich for my blood. It's been kind of a crazy week. I'm not starting anything major projects. I'm just doing small things right now till after I have surgery and I'm healed up. That's why I'm not getting into anything on the car right now. Once I'm healed up, I'll be focusing on that. It's been a crazy week. A lot of strange things have been happening. Been kind of floored with some things that have happened, but well, excuse me, beer burps. But it is what it is. These videos are going to be delayed because of my surgery, so you guys will still have something to watch after I have surgery, because I don't know how long I'm going to be out for. 4 to 6 weeks. Maybe earlier than that, maybe later. I don't really know yet. That's been on my mind too. But anyways, it's motherfucking beer time. That's my first beer in a while. Ever since I went out last Wednesday for a pint of beer and some wings with my old boss. But anyways, I'm going to get going. I'm going to leave the video with this. If you guys have any questions or comments, post them below. Otherwise, thanks for watching.